All right, guys and gals, so yesterday obviously got the alternator working, robbed these wheels and tires off of another Blazer I had, also grabbed some seats. They're over there in the wash bay right now. I'm checking right now, my seal that I fixed is not leaking. That fix is good. What I told y'all was a lie on my valve cover gasket that was leaking. It was actually this injector right there. It is leaking. So good thing is the injectors on these trucks are relatively cheap. O'Reilly said there was one for like 70 bucks. Found a couple at some actually good diesel injector shops online for like 35, 40 bucks. So I'm gonna order an injector, and yeah, hopefully today, I say hopefully, we will. Today will be the main voyage on the truck. Last night I didn't get a video of it because it's so dark. I did go around the block a couple times and came back, and guys, let me tell you, this thing, even though it's almost 35 years old, it drives, I swear, almost like a brand new truck. The steering on it is extremely tight. The brakes on it are awesome. There's no slop in the steering at all. The power steering works like a brand new truck. Yeah, I can turn it with my pinky. Like, it is outrageous. So yeah, today I'm gonna fill it up with diesel and actually put a few miles on it and see how she does. I only hit about 35, 40 last night, but these old tires didn't vibrate at all, surprisingly, because these came off of a Blazer that I bought just for parts, and yeah, it didn't vibrate or anything like that. Now granted, I wasn't going that fast, we'll find out today. And these tires have a year marking on them of, I saw them somewhere else on one of these tires, 09. And I know these tires have been sitting for at least 3 years, because the guy I bought it from, I knew it was sitting in his pasture for 2 years. And then I bought it and it sat for a year, and there's no telling how long it sat before then. Obviously, I mean, the tread on them is almost brand new, and yet the tire is from a 09, 10-year-old tire. And it doesn't have that much weather crack. I mean, obviously you can see some there, but I was gonna be putting around town in the pasture, stuff like that, so it doesn't really bother me. But, and yeah, other than that, I mean, the only leak I'm having at this very second is that injector over there. Everything else is relatively clean for a 35-year-old truck. I mean, especially on a diesel. I mean, every diesel I've seen, even ones that have low miles on them, leak. And this one, I mean, the only thing I got leaking is a diesel injector, not oil. So, but yeah, we'll give it a test drive. Oh, I'm gonna wash it first, see how it turns out. Get all this black stuff and mold. Kevin had been mowing around it for a while. That's why you see grass and dirt and this kind of stuff right here on there. So we'll see how she does. All right, if y'all have ever had to mess with one of these gear shifter selector seals, you know, with the transmission in the car, it's a pain in the butt. I fought it for about 30 minutes or so, and then my brother Caleb is now messing with it, and yeah, it is not fun to get out. I've done a couple of them. You got to be careful, because you can scar up the aluminum on the inside of it and cause it to leak even after you replace this. It's definitely leaking out there 100%, even before I started messing with it, poking in. But I've got all kinds of stuff here, trying to get it to come out with screwdrivers, you name it. If y'all have any suggestions on how to get these out easier, comment. Obviously, to put it in, I'm going to take a socket that's the same diameter as that and tap it in there, put a little lube on the rubber, that way it doesn't tear. But that's what we're doing right now. I'm thinking that I thought my valve cover was leaking, but I've cleaned it up. I think one of these injector return lines was leaking. So I cleaned that all up. Messed with the return lines. Also, these two injector lines were loose, so I put a couple turns on it. Once we get it started again in a minute, I'll see if it's held up. Also got to see if my alternator wire fix is working. It's coming out?
No.
It's pain in the butt, huh?
Yep.
It's a lot of seconds of the transmission was in pieces, but well, what was that? Oh, come off the shifter? Yeah, it goes in there. Alright guys, so after probably about 4 hours of trying to get this out with picks, this tool right here just saved me. Like, it took, what, Dad? 15 seconds? 20 seconds? Part number 7769250 comes from Napa. Local Napa and Maybank actually went to Mesquite and grabbed it for me on a Saturday. Appreciate that. And you put it in here, and of course mine was so messed up from hitting it with a pick and screwdriver and stuff. I was surprised it was able to grab onto it, but it did. Just well, obviously leave the bolt out, take that on there. I hammered it in there because the thread, the seal was so messed up, and I just turned it a couple turns and then put this bolt in there and tighten that bolt up, and I swear it came out just like that. So $6 I think is what it cost. $6 or $8, something cheap, worth every penny. Oh, and it also comes with a installer. So it comes with this right here, so you can put on the new one, hammer it on with a little bit of grease. Now I just got to find the seal. So I've been messing with it for hours. I've lost the seal. Oh, fun stuff.
He's got to talk.
Well, since I didn't get to show you on the Blazer, I'll show you on Dad's 79 Camaro, because his seal is also leaking. Hopefully I can get some good footage of how awesome this thing works. And I'm probably going to have crow in my mouth, and it'll probably fight me the whole way. Let's hope not, because I have other stuff to do today. But it is definitely leaking. I just replaced the filter and the pan seal, so hopefully that's not it. But I know for sure this is leaking, as well as the speedo cable sensor, and we're fixing that as well. But we'll see if we can't get this out.
Speedo sensor.
Well, cable, gear.
Sensor.
So yeah, we're gonna, as you can see, it's been rust preventative for a little while, but
That pan got a big old dish in it.
we don't worry about that.
Well, I know, but I don't know how it happened.
Been there as long as I can remember.
Has it?
Yeah. But we'll cut to me getting it out, hopefully. Swing. Swing, better. Swing. I think I got it that time.
Sure was moving around.
Okay. Hopefully that'll.
It's gonna be a star. Somebody's here. Give him a crescent.
Shane, you go, I think that's Kevin maybe. He's a customer down. And looky there.
You come out?
You see it?
How are you, sir?
I'm good, how are you?
Boom. Few seconds. Saves hours. Well, we robbed some seats out of another Blazer. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, the brackets on these don't line up. I know I measured to the other seats, but maybe we can take these seats off and put them on the other brackets and put some covers on them. And then we also robbed the Yontas off of there too, the tires.
And wheels.
And wheels.
They came in the set.
A little bit better shape than what was on there. One of the tires on here says 90. The other one is 01. The back two aren't too bad, but this one right here, 1090. And then this one, as you can see, it's about to go, and it is 01. So yeah, they're old. All right, we're going out on our first outing of the K5. As you can see, I took the steps off. I spent probably 2 hours washing this thing. Unfortunately, it was knocking off some of the paint. I was real easy on it, but it's still, you know, I don't know when this thing was painted. I don't know if it was painted before it went to Desert Storm or if it was painted in the last 4 or 5 years. I have no idea. But it looks a lot better. I got a lot of that film off of it. Cleaned the Windex to all the windows. I'm going to run to the bank and get some diesel and see if the fuel gauge is working. And hopefully we have no problem. Well, we got all 3 gears. That's rummaging through the glove box.
Want some oatmeal?
Thing rides good. Check back after I get some diesel. Alright guys, speedo works perfectly, dead on. Man, this thing don't vibrate. Of course, I've only hit about 57 miles an hour. I'll get it on the highway in a minute and see if it'll even hit 70. I'm sure it will. Hitting the brakes, it don't go one side or the other. It stops straight. It is just crazy. But we'll see how much diesel she'll take. So we got any leaks. I think that injector is leaking. It's not hitting the ground. So far, so good. Well, we're cruising along at 65 miles an hour. And it ever slowly, and it's only because the wind's blowing. Pulls just a little bit to the left, but I'm telling you, it's just because the wind's blowing. If I go turn around the other way, it'll start blowing to the right.
Man, I tell you what, that makes some nice houses out here. I've been here a while.
Hitting up some back roads. She actually don't ride too bad. Guess just because that diesel's so heavy. It rides way better than that old white one. I read it mine with mine. Of course, I'm sure the shock of it may have been wore out.
God, yeah.
All you can hear rattling right now is a jerry can that's just laying in the back. It's a pretty day for a cruise.